What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday, y'all. Welcome back to Boxem Office Hours. We're live every Tuesday and Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm a few minutes late today. Was wrapping up a meeting here, and then Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern, we're always live as well. So if you always want to come in, pop in, ask questions, that kind of thing, that's when we're live. So you can subscribe, hit the little bell, that kind of thing, if you're watching it on the replay and you want to know when we're live next time. But yeah, for those of you guys who are already hopping on in here, let me know. Let me know who we got in chat today. Let me know if you guys have any questions about selling on Amazon. I'll be live for the next 30 minutes or so. And yeah, excited to chop it up with you guys today. There's a lot of back to school opportunities really taking off. I know a lot of you guys have been doing a good job kind of keeping track of those items that really tend to spike in demand during back to school season. So keep an eye on those products. If you don't know where to look, like any backpacks, Crayola, that kind of thing, that's going to lead you to a ton of other people who are also taking advantage of back to school, basically. Let's see. It's a good place to start. Oh, what up, Josh? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Let's see. TFB Studios. What's up? What's up? What's up, Jose? What's up, Hunter? How you guys doing? Sweet. Yeah. So let me know if you guys have any questions about selling on Amazon. It's a good day to be kind of getting after it. Like I was saying, there's lots of good profitable stuff to be getting after today. What he said? What's up, Charlie? With probably 20 exclamation points are there. What's up, Alexander? How you doing? Let's see. Hunter asking thoughts on keeping 100% of the profits inside of the business within the first year of selling. So I definitely did that. That's kind of up to like how you want to treat the money that your business is making. That's a great question, Hunter. I did that so that I was able to reinvest the money and just grow it as fast as possible. Right? Kind of makes sense. Takes the more money you put in the business, the more it's going to grow and snowball and that kind of thing. But obviously, if you can't afford to reinvest all of the profit, you got to pull some. Then that's totally fine too. One idea that I really like and makes a lot of sense, so you like actually know what you're making on Amazon, is to pull like 1, 2, 5% of your profit, a very small amount, even from the jump, even if it's 50 cents, because it forces you to figure out like how much is my business actually making. You're just guessing and hoping that you know what your business is actually making. Kind of gets you in the practice of doing your proper bookkeeping and all that kind of thing to figure out what you're making. But yeah, the nice part of like if you did keep all your profit inside the business is it would be easy to pay for taxes and that kind of thing too. So yeah, I mean it's kind of up to you on that. What a lot of people will do is they will grow their business until they can take a salary from the business that doesn't start like handicapping the business basically. So for a lot of people, I know they want to like replace their 9-to-5 income. So a common goal is to have the 9-to-5 income and then also be making double what your 9-to-5 is making. So you can take that 9-to-5 income, quit your job, and then you still have the same amount of money to reinvest back into the business, basically. So yeah, it really just depends on how you want to treat everything. Sweet. Yeah, let me know what other questions you guys get here. What's up, Peterson? You said you took a course 2 years ago. You got to 20K a month. That's what's up, man. I love to see that. How's everything going for you these days? I guess if you're doing 20K a month, that's awesome, man. Congrats. You'd love to see it. Why are your walls plain? I just bought the house, brother. So, so if you're gonna try to call me broke for not having art or something behind me, you can go somewhere else. If you want to hang out and have good vibes, then this is the place for you, man. It's a little weird. How do you know when to change an item from FBM to FBA? Yeah, so the main thing is like if an item doesn't sell via FBM, it'll probably sell via FBA. You notice that the buy box is very FBA centric on a lot of items. Where you should FBM is when you can like fully take advantage of an opportunity. If it's kind of like a limited opportunity, that's where I'll do a lot of FBM. So for example, back to school products, you want to do FBM, shipping direct to the customer, so they're not waiting like the 2 to 4 weeks that it'll take for those items to check in. A little bit faster with Boxem, but it's still going to take at least a week or two to start seeing sales. Versus FBA, you can test things like really quickly. So FBM for speed and then FBA for scale is kind of how I like to look at it basically. See, Alexandre asking about how do you find winning products? So one like super like very simple mental shift to make is you're not going to find profitable items. You're going to create profitable items, right? So you're not going to find a lot of products that are $15 on Walmart and selling for $30 on Amazon and it's profitable, right? But you will find a ton of items that are $20 at, let's just say, Walgreens and 25 on Amazon, but there's a buy one get one coupon. There's another discounted gift card that you can use. There's cash back bonuses you can stack, that kind of thing. So you create the profit. You don't typically end up finding it. If you just need like a super basic starting point on where to source, Alexandra, just look up auto ungated sourcing, and you'll see a video basically breaking down how to source products that you're already ungated to sell, and that's just on YouTube for free. Let's see. For Amazon, do you need a barcode on each of your products? So you do need sort of. So you'll have a SKU label, which is just like a custom barcode. Like as you list your items on Amazon through Boxem, Boxem will also create those FN SKU labels for you and kind of print those out. And yeah, that's going to be like your custom UPC barcode, basically. If your product does have a UPC, then just make sure you cover it so that Amazon doesn't scan that and like basically it can end up in like commingled inventory, so it's getting mixed around with other people's products. You want to have it just on a SKU label so that your stuff's kind of off on its own. Absolutely. Yeah, let me know what other questions you guys got here. You guys got a lot of good questions, good vibes today for sure. Let's see. How do you pay yourself? Yeah, so I am a salaried employee of my company at this point. So you can talk to your accountant about how you want to manage that, Alexandra. But yeah, personally, I am an S corporation. I guess my company is an S corporation. I'm an employee of my S corporation. So I just make a salary, and then usually I'll just reinvest the rest of the profit. But you can talk to your CPA about what the best option is to do with all your profit, that kind of thing. What do you use for bookkeeping? Yeah, so Boxem for tracking everything on Amazon. You can just use like Google Sheets or something simple to track like your software expenses, what you spent on boxes, that kind of thing, and then just send that off to your CPA. I just use a CPA in my local area, and they're able to take care of that. Yeah, but as far as like handling taxes and that kind of thing, just Boxem and a Google Sheet for tracking anything else you want to track. Let's see. Got a cease and desist from Voorhees. Yeah, so the nice like the getting a Voorhees letter is kind of like a rite of passage, to be honest. A lot of those are just kind of like blowing smoke. They're not actually gonna do anything. The products you do need to stop selling is if the brand themselves already sells them, or if you look at the past in the product and you see like a big drop off in the seller count. You need to avoid that as well because it's a sign that they actually do like send out IP complaints and that kind of thing. But yeah, typically 99 times out of 100, I'm gonna throw Voorhees letters in the trash and ignore them. So yeah, like do with that what you will. That's my my personal thought on that there though. Let's see. Yeah, not a bad idea. For my state, I think it depends on the state when getting an S corporation makes sense. But for my state, my accountant said it was 40K in profit, so it was pretty quick. I think it was the second year I was in business. We went ahead and took care of that. Do you get shipping discounts when you do FBM? So the cheapest shipping you can get is just buying through Amazon, basically. If you want the cheapest FBA shipping, sometimes there's some like you can use Boxem optimized or seeing all those options that Boxem shows you. So you'll typically save a little bit of money on FBA shipping, but you're already getting the best rates via Amazon essentially. Let's see. Can you sell Jellycat toys? You have extra? Yep, that's I've sold some of those, to be honest. Yeah. You can sell anything on Amazon that the brand is not selling and lets you apply to sell. The brand, make sure there's no like exclusive partner, that kind of thing. That's pretty much the thing you need to watch out for. And as long as you're seeing other small businesses having success on a certain brand, you can fire away for sure. Let's see. What's up, Brandon? You said, if QuickBooks can integrate with Box? I don't think you can integrate with either one. But you can definitely still use QuickBooks, Brandon. I've done that before. It was kind of overkill for me. Like we track pretty much everything on Boxem, and then just little random expenses, I'll just write them on a Google Sheet, and then just kind of combine that at the end of the year and give that to your accountant, basically. Let's see. You're worried about running out of stock on arbitrage. Why are you? So you're worried about selling out and making profit? Like that seems like a little bit of a silly thing to worry about. Plus, like if you're doing arbitrage, usually you can restock the products. If not, then it was a great item, and you find the next profitable item, right? But yeah, just get better at restocking things, basically. That's kind of funny. I've seen a lot of people be justifiably worried about things when it comes to starting a business, but being worried about selling out is a funny one. That would mean you succeeded, right? If you bought a product that sold out, that's a good thing, man. Yeah. So yeah, you'll figure it out as you go. Let me see. People that buy an item from Amazon and then resell it on Amazon. How do you know if we're going to be profitable? So a lot of times, if you buy, so yeah, you can buy from Amazon and then sell later. A lot of times, what that's going to be is items that are Amazon has a really hard time staying in stock. So you can buy all of the thing that Amazon has. And then when Amazon goes out of stock, if you're seeing that consistently, like on the Keep It chart, then you sell it at the high basically. Or if there's another common way to do it would be to buy, let's just say like a Lego set. I've done this before. You buy a Lego set from Amazon in June, and then you sell it during December when Amazon's out of stock and the price is super high because it's the holidays. That's another way to do, kind of buy and hold basically. But yeah, never heard of that, Luke. Yeah. So the best way to start selling stuff on Amazon is just to sell stuff that already sells. It's like, here's an example of something I found. This is just like a local retail store. Most of the stuff I buy is from big websites, but you'll see there's already a listing on Amazon for products like these that sell. So all you have to do is, from a wholesaler, a website, a local retail store, wherever your favorite place is to source inventory, find it cheap enough to make a profit. And once you do that, like, those products already sell and they're already being searched for and that kind of thing. For sure. For president, I don't know about that. That sounds like way too stressful of a job for me. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. I'll stick to making some money online. Let's see. Content. Appreciate you, Alexandra. Yeah, appreciate you. Is it okay to use the pay me option before the scheduled transfer date? Yeah. So I think what you're seeing is a lot of time when you see the money that Amazon owes you, basically, you can get paid earlier if you just click that button. Especially after a while, you'll have the option to get paid every day, and then you'll automatically get paid every 2 weeks. But in general, like, if Amazon's offering you the opportunity to get your cash back faster, then you take those for sure. For sure. Let's see. When you're looking for products, do you start with Keepa or other Amazon listings? So yeah, the best place to start is to go to a product that the best place to start is to go to a product you already sell if you have one. If you don't have one, then go to something you're auto ungated to sell, like a retail store brand, Cuddle Does, Stafford, brands like that, and then see what those other sellers are having success on. So like, for all of you guys asked lots of good questions today, that kind of thing. If you just kind of want the whole thing explained to you for free, there's a free 4-hour course on YouTube. Just look up Fields of Profit free course on Google or on YouTube, and there's going to be a 4-hour long YouTube video that'll explain everything. And obviously you can skip around to the chapters and that kind of thing. So if you just want to learn how to do product sourcing, you can do that. And let's see. Can you do Amazon arbitrage through TikTok? No. So you can sell stuff on TikTok for sure, but a lot of the stuff that's on TikTok is like private label. So like a brand you created. On Amazon, there's already so much demand for name brand stuff that already sells. So you just, you get good at buying things on sale or using coupons, cashback, that kind of thing. Basically, I'm basically an industrial size extreme couponer is basically how you want to look at it as far as like reselling and that kind of stuff goes. Let's see. Turning your garage into an FBA machine. Your wife's complaining you must be doing something right. I like that, Hunter. Yeah. You got a cash machine in the garage. You're an Amazon seller when you've gotten into at least a fight or two about how many boxes are in the house. So that means you're doing something correctly there, Hunter. I love to see that. For sure. It's the ace under the card. I'm not sure, TFB. You can here if you want to look it up. It's like this bat. I think it's called like the Batgirl cycle or something like that. When I scanned it, you can see it was like a $2 item at my local Marshalls, and then it was like $30 when I scanned it. So you can if you want to do my homework for me, you can let me know what it's still selling for. I just grabbed it as an example. Let's see. Trying to list a product and you're getting a generic listing code. Yeah, so if you list a product and the brand says generic and it doesn't say like the correct brand name, you're not actually allowed to sell those products. That's basically a copyright infringement, because you're essentially pretending that the brand you're trying to sell is called generic, if you want to boil it down in simple terms. So when you sell a product, just make sure that the correct brand is on that listing and you won't have any problems making that listing. As far as like going through the process, just list all those products on Boxem, ship it all to Amazon through Boxem as well, and then you'll start to see kind of how things start to shake out for you. What's up, Luca? How you doing, man? Crushing some backpack, shoes, clothing. What's the peak period? Yeah, love to see that, Luca. You can see, like, if you look at the keep on specific items, you'll notice that peak demand season for some back to school items changes depending on what it is. Like I've noticed, especially on like some school supplies, they'll kind of peak a little bit earlier than like shoes and clothes and that kind of thing, which probably makes sense. Like if you go to school and you realize like, oh crap, my shoes are a little beat up, like, you know, Johnny's got a nicer t-shirt than me, that kind of thing. You come home and you ask for nicer stuff. But a lot of times peak back to school is pretty much right now. Like I would say starting about a week ago, I would say that peak back to school really started. And then it tends to go through kind of the 3rd or 4th week of August. But even then you'll see a lot of products with super high demand through like the 1st week of September. Some places school starts really late. And so those products keep selling really well, basically. Let's see if you thought about doing retail arbitrage at Costco. No, you can definitely do that, Louise. The problem with buying from places like Costco or Sam's or even Walmart is there's not a lot of ways to create profit, right? You're always just buying it at what the price says on the sticker. You know, obviously there's clearance items and that kind of thing, especially at Costco and Sam's. There's lots of good clearance items. There's couple products I can think of that I've made a pretty good amount of money like buying from Costco and Sam's, but typically there's no way to create the profit on that. So if it's really easy to find, it's really easy to find for a lot of people, versus the best products to sell are typically like, oh, it was a limited time sale, and then I also found a coupon, and then I used a discounted gift card. So you kind of create a very limited window where it's possible to get it for that super low price, basically. For sure. I did see that, Luca. Yeah. New ChatGPT today. I have to play around with that. Yeah, if you guys are curious as well, I've also posted a couple videos on my YouTube channel recently showing you like a couple super simple applications of AI. If you're wanting to plug AI into your business, make it a little bit easier to kind of get started and that kind of thing. Yeah, so let me know what other questions you guys got here. What about the invoice when you buy from retail store? So I'm not sure what you mean, but if you're trying to get ungated or like prove authenticity, if you have like an online order confirmation, then that's going to work every time. That's all we've ever done. And yeah, we've had several times where Amazon asks for documentation. We just submit the stuff from online. You're good to go. You just need Amazon just wants to make sure you're not buying like fake stuff from AliExpress and stuff like that, basically. Yeah. Sweet. You live in Florida. Is it better to get OA products sent to the prep center in tax-free states? Yeah, Gigi, that's a good question. That's what I do. So I send basically everything to a prep center in I've shipped stuff to prep centers in Montana, New Hampshire, Delaware, that kind of thing. And that way, yeah, you pay 0% sales tax, and usually you save time and money with that, which is a pretty cool thing for sure. What's up, Swordfish? Said you started a year and a half ago through the course. You just hit 1.7 mil for the year so far. That's what's up. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you need to shoot me a message on Discord. I'd love to chat with you, man. That's awesome. We can chop it up for a video or something like that if you want to as well. Yeah, shoot me a message on Discord. I don't know if we've talked too much yet. That's awesome. Let's see. Bought some units, and when you look to list them, the listing vanished. Could you make your own listing? You can try to make your own listing, but if you don't own the brand registry for it, it can be kind of tricky for it to get like approved, basically. Typically, like when I have Amazon issues that go, Amazon listing, something goes gated, that kind of thing, I'll just sell it on Walmart as like a nice backup plan, basically. For sure. Monthly sales. Yeah. So last year we did like 2.5 million. This year we're on pace to do like 2.4, 2.3, something like that. Yeah. Can continue. And the nice part is, I kind of just run my business at maintenance these days, just because I have a lot of like virtual assistants and that kind of thing that run the business for me. But there's lots of people that are massively scaling as well. It really just depends on what your goals are. See, Amazon's great. You've been doing some cleats on eBay. You sold like 40 pairs of cleats on eBay. Yeah. There's no reason to stick to one platform. There's a lot of different ways to make money. So yeah, you might as well be trying a couple things at a time for sure. For sure. I do post it, man. It's like literally right above. It's we post to share it all the time. Let's see. So is that a good company to run your store? Yeah, Game Changer. So if someone's like, offering you, usually it's like a ton of money. It's like, oh, we'll run your store for you and we'll make you a bunch of money. That's 99 times out of 100, it's going to be a scam. It just, it's kind of too good to be true situation. The truth is, like, it's not that hard to run an Amazon store, especially after you have products that you like know how to source and you can find similar products to those. The hardest part is getting to that first $10,000 month. And then after that, it's how do I restock those items and make it as simple as possible. 2,500 and they do it all. Yeah, that's 99.9% chance going to be a scam. I mean, think about it logically. Like if you went to someone and said, "Hey, I'll run your store forever for 2,500 bucks," like it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like no, they're not going to just keep working for you forever for 2,500 bucks, which is not really that much money at all when you're talking about Amazon. Let's see. What's going on for the new policy? I'm not sure what you mean, Lalo. Yeah, not sure what you mean. Do you know if distributors actually work with you on the policy on drop shipping? Yeah, so that's like the only way that you can like in a TOS compliant way do drop shipping. Traditional drop shipping is not allowed on Amazon, but if you do have a supplier that's willing to ship every order to your customers for you, like you can send them like the shipping label and that kind of thing, and they might be able to do that. That'd be a pretty good supplier. Those are just kind of rare. And what I will say is if a supplier ever offers to drop ship or ship directly to Amazon, make sure you have some of that shipped to you first so that you can get your eyes on it, make sure that those are legitimate goods, make sure they're real inventory, that kind of thing. Because I've seen some horror stories about people that buy from a distributor. The distributor drop ships it for them in a TOS compliant way, but they're sending like stolen or fake inventory. So just make sure you get your eyes on some of the inventory you're buying, basically, for sure. Okay, interesting game changer. Yeah, I would be very very afraid of that kind of stuff. Just a lot of bad actors in the Amazon space, unfortunately. How much time did it take to become profitable? Probably a month. Yeah, about a month. Just especially like Amazon's not that expensive to get started because all you need is if you're like I started with used books, so literally all I did was go to the thrift store and buy used books. It's even cheaper. If you're trying to just like resell name brand stuff, all you need is Keepa, SellerAmp, and Boxem. So it's like $90 a month worth of software, and then probably another $1,000 for inventory at least. And you're kind of set. Yeah. So just make sure you don't start the business with anything you can't afford to lose because it's natural. You're gonna make some mistakes. You're gonna buy some stuff that doesn't go super well. You can kind of treat it like tuition as far as like learning how to sell on Amazon. And you'll be good to go from there. For sure. What do you sell? Anything that's profitable, to be honest. Yeah. So I've sold stuff like toys. I sell vitamins, shoes, clothes, grocery items, literally anything that's profitable. Yeah. Yeah. Anything that's profitable. If you are just like looking for a starting point, you can go to auto ungated products. So just look at products that are basically automatically approved for you to sell. Or you can sell something you already have like a little bit of like personal familiarity with, basically. So like if you're into like doing your makeup, or you like a certain niche of toys or that kind of thing, you kind of know more about those products. You know what people like, where to get them cheap, all that kind of thing. How do you know what to sell? And yes, Jackie, the nice part is you can sell anything that's profitable, as long as you can apply to sell it and get approved to sell it, which you can just check when you go to list that item. It'll say submit an application, or it'll say you're auto ungated. As long as it says one of those, you can buy those products. Let's see. Scammer tried to impersonate me. Yeah, there's a lot of those going around, Brandon. Unfortunately, yeah. So if anybody's gotten a DM from me that's like selling some crazy crypto scheme or whatever, I'm not gonna be reaching out to you to sell stuff in the DMs and that kind of thing, right? Yeah, I've got one account you guys can see on TikTok. It's this one on Discord. If you're in the free Discord, you can just click my name in the top right if you're not sure if it's me. But yeah, it is just one account. I'm not going to be selling all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, there's lots of fake accounts all over the place right now of a bunch of people that make content. Do you have to keep inventory? Yeah. So the point is, you buy cheap inventory, you sell it for more, right? So the nice part though is the vast majority of my inventory is going to be at Amazon FBA. And then the stuff that isn't is usually at my prep center on its way to Amazon FBA. And then as it sells, it goes from the warehouse to the customer. So you're not having to ship out every order and that kind of thing. What's up, A? You say you watch videos on YouTube. Appreciate you, man. Do you have experience on .ca? So I have sold, honestly, like $100,000 or so on Amazon Canada. I don't anymore, just because kind of the regulations and rules you have to deal with are way different than selling in the US. So I just kind of simplified it for myself and just only focus on stuff in the US. But if you're trying to learn, if you're in Canada and you're trying to learn, it's all the same exact It's all the same exact methods and all that kind of thing. Just obviously different websites you're going to be sourcing from, basically. Do you get auto ungated the more sales you have? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, usually after you make your first like 5 or 10,000 bucks in sales, you'll start getting auto approved to sell way more brands. And if if you're brand new and you need to find those first few brands, just look up auto ungated sourcing on YouTube. Yeah, or there's if you guys are on TikTok, there's a free course up here. It's like 3 hours free Discord community, a bunch of documents, some auto ungated products, that kind of thing. And it's completely free. So just check that out if you're actually serious about getting going. That's down below on if you guys are on YouTube, by the way. Let's see. Been an IP complaint on Cuddle Duds. Not that I know of. I do know they sell on some of those listings. So I just, with Cuddle Duds specifically, I just avoid just avoid selling on the listings where the brand is already selling on it. For sure. What do you think about cook groups? And I don't know if I've ever heard of a cash out server, to be honest, but cook groups are like fine if you do retail arbitrage, because everyone's local store has the same certain item that might only be available regionally, right? So there's lots of opportunities for people to go out and pick that up. I've never really used those. The better alternative is to just make a couple friends that are like also serious about selling on Amazon and sharing ideas with them, basically. They're going to do the same. You can do that for free too. Just hop into Discord groups, social media, that kind of thing. What up, Brian? Can we find listings with a few reviews or new listings? Does that listing start to get more views as the BSR drops and therefore more sales? Yes. So like the higher the sales rank is on an item, Brian, generally the more keywords it's showing up for on a search. So yes. Yeah, I think that answers your question. For sure. Planning to sell inside the US. Yeah, I like that too, there's a lot of people I know who sell in Canada or really just any country in general, and they only sell in the US, which is kind of funny, but they're just using a prep center and that kind of thing. Let's see. This isn't Fields of Profit. All right, well, that's news to me. I'm live right here. So let me know who I am. Yeah, let me know who I am today then if I'm not FOP. Let's see. You want to get started? You're just a little nervous too. Yeah, I totally get that, Joey. Like, I remember the first time I bought like like $1,000 worth of something. Just like as an example, it feels like you're betting the farm on a product, right? The nice part, like when it comes to reselling, you can just buy a few units and see how it goes. That's the nice part about reselling versus like wholesale or private label, that kind of thing. Literally, you go on a website, you buy 5 units. Worst case scenario, it doesn't sell, and you learned why it doesn't sell. You know how to avoid it next time, and you're out $50, right? On the more likely scenario, you probably make a little bit of money, maybe even break even, get your money back, learn how to find a more profitable item next time. But yeah, the only way you can get over that initial fear is just pulling the trigger, right? So whatever you can afford to throw into a business, start placing some test orders and see how it goes. For sure. Sweet, Ryan. Been doing some OA and book reselling. Sent off your first book, a box of books this morning. That's what's up, John. Yeah, I love to see that. How do you find the first profitable thing when everything is gated? Yeah, just look up auto ungated brands, John. On YouTube, just look up auto ungated sourcing, and you'll see me digging through lots of products that'll be automatically approved for your store. Plus, anything that lets you apply to sell. You as a seller, you should be a fan of product gating, because it means that a brand new seller can't come onto Amazon and sell fakes at a price you can't compete with. So as long as a brand is accepting applications, that's a good thing. You can just submit the invoice from wherever you found it profitably. So, for example, if you find an item profitably at vitacost.com, just buy 10, submit that invoice, you get approved to sell it. Let's see, is it good to have a bunch of listings and sell a small batch in each one? That's a good way to start, GG. Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, your goal should be to have as many products as possible, so you can learn as many things as possible, and then have lots of things to restock, right? And then as you go, you want to have ideally fewer and fewer products that make you more and more money per item, so that you can scale a little bit easier. Yeah. I leaked. I mean, it's a very popular website, TFB. Yeah, it's a very popular website. I've been sourcing on Vitacost on YouTube for probably 4 or 5 years now. Probably 4 years. Yeah. So yeah, your secret is not one website existing, my friend. Your competitive advantage should be how good you are at creating discounts across a lot of different opportunities. If you're relying on one website, you don't really run a business. You just find like one opportunity. You know what I mean? Not that it's not a good opportunity to take advantage of, but you want to have more than one plan. What's up, Natalie? For those who don't have an LLC, what are the best retailers to use to get ungated? So having an LLC doesn't have anything to do with getting ungated is the nice part, Natalie. So you just get that invoice from wherever you bought it profitably. And it doesn't really change anything whether you're a sole proprietor by default or you have an LLC. Yeah, exactly, Adrian. Yeah. Yeah, very, very popular website for sure. You're about to start. Yeah. Sounds good, Tunes. Let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, for those of you guys who are lots of you guys on TikTok today, if you guys want a free guide, I have like a 3-hour free course, a Discord community. There's like 5 or 6 PDF spreadsheets, that kind of thing. Like a lot of stuff I use to run my business. It's free up in my bio. If you guys are on YouTube, it's down below. It's the Amazon Launchpad is the free course. You can check that out. Do you do wholesale or private label? I don't do either, Lucas. So I sell name brand stuff that's almost all sourced from big websites. So, for example, say an item's $20 at Walgreens, say it's $30 on Amazon. I'm going to buy it for like $15-ish after a coupon, maybe a discounted gift card, that kind of thing, and sell it for more. And we spend about $100,000 a month on inventory online doing that. So you can scale it kind of however how you want. You heard I don't sell anymore. I mean, I definitely do. We did I think $150,000 last month, 140, something like that. Yeah, just kind of coasting at this point, but yeah, we'll probably ramp things up big time during Q4 again. Usually I like to do 300 to $500,000 during December, just because it's so easy to sell stuff at a high premium. What point is it necessary to have an LLC? That'd be like a conversation with you and your CPA, John. Yeah, talk to your CPA about when it's like good for you to have an LLC. Just like from personal experience, like I didn't have an LLC when I first started selling, but it was because I had like literally nothing to sell or nothing to my name. I was a broke college kid, so it just wasn't worth the extra step. But like now if you got a house, you got a family to take care of, just protect those personal assets. Kind of how you want to look at it. Do you package all your orders? Nope. So I ship it all to a prep center. So I ship it to a prep center. The nice part is it's in Montana, so I don't pay sales tax on it. So it can even save you money. And then they ship it to Amazon for me. They just make those shipments on Boxem. Yeah. So anytime you're shipping products to Amazon, you buy it, get it to you or your prep center, and then you or your prep center will use Boxem as the software that you'll use to make shipments really easily. Yeah. Do you need massive storage? No. So like I was just talking about, show it up at your house, the prep center, ship it off to Amazon, and then it's being stored at Amazon instead of being stored at Amazon instead of like your house, that kind of thing. You can ship from you to the customer though if you want to. It's like a FBM basically. Let's see. What is the new FBA 2026 prep update all about? Yeah, so January 1st, 2026, Amazon is not going to prep your items for you. Right now, you can pay them, I think it's 55 cents a unit for them to label things for you, which for wholesalers, I know a lot of wholesalers are taking advantage of that. For what I do, like doing arbitrage, it doesn't change anything. And I'll still ship it to a prep center that'll prep it and send it to the supplier for me, basically. Do you only do RAOA? Why not wholesale? I've just gotten good at doing online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, that kind of thing. I know there's a lot of people that like doing wholesale. You start a business to do the things you want to do, right? I don't want to run a wholesale business. It's not fun. I've done it before. It's not fun to me, right? So I just do the stuff that's fun to me and also makes money. That's the whole point, right? Like no reason to start a business you don't enjoy running. Then you're just stuck at a job you don't like again, basically. You know what I mean? How much do you need to start? Like $1,000 to $2,000. I had 1,500 when I started, if that helps. Let's see. You got your first sale. That's what's up. Yeah, love to see that. Yeah, just keep submitting on, I would say. 14 is a little higher than normal, but I've had to submit 45, 50 times before. That's definitely the exception, but yeah, just keep it rolling. Sweet. Probably going to go ahead and wrap up here for the day. Good vibes for sure. If you guys want to learn more about selling on Amazon for free, just check out the free course that's up in my bio on TikTok or down below on YouTube. And yeah, you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Sweet.